Hello students, welcome back to the third part of our lesson on perspective. Today we will look at an interesting topic called atmospheric perspective. Observe this photograph. Is this hand really holding the Eiffel Tower? Of course not. And this one, is that person really holding the sun? Obviously no. The sun looks smaller than the person because it is so far away. Distance creates illusion. Compare the color of the person with that of the background. It is noted that objects on the foreground have brighter colors and elements on the background, which are far away, have lighter colors. This color fading effect is known as atmospheric perspective. Atmospheric perspective, also called aerial perspective, is the method of creating the illusion of depth in a two-dimensional painting or drawing. The purpose of using atmospheric is to give our paintings depth and reality, whether they are based on a real place or from our imaginations. Atmospheric perspective can be demonstrated by a mountain range in which the mountains in the distance appear lighter in value and a bit cooler or bluer in hue. When you look at something in the distance, the dust and vapor particles in the atmosphere cause the light to bend. This causes you to see the blue or purple, which is why mountains appear blue. During the Italian Renaissance period, Leonardo da Vinci was one artist who understood the importance of atmospheric perspective and dubbed it as the perspective of disappearance. Based on his extensive writing on the subject, Leonardo considered it to be of equal importance to linear perspective in painting. A vivid example is this oil painting, Virgin and Child with St. Anne, where Leonardo da Vinci sets a religious scene in a fantastic landscape. The mountainous distance is conveyed by atmospheric perspective with bluish and crystalline hues. Perspective is created by developing either atmospheric perspective or linear perspective. Atmospheric perspective deals with how the appearance of an object is affected by the space or the atmosphere surrounding it. This results in colors fading and getting cooler into the distance. Linear perspective is created by the use of lines to create depth. Let us see some characteristics of atmospheric perspective. As the objects recede, the size reduces. Hues become more bluish and more pale. The edges of the objects become less precise. Small details are lost, and the contrast between the object and its background decreases. Atmospheric perspective was used in Pompeian second-style painting dating as early as 30 to 20 before Common Era. A notable example is these garden frescoes from the Villa of Livia in Italy. These frescoes depict illusionistic quality and incredible accuracy of plant species without forgetting the color contrast. Aerial perspective was also used in paintings from the Netherlands in the 15th century. Dutch Baroque artist Rembrandt painted the mill with varying degrees of accuracy, featuring a unique tonal arrangement. The upraised veil of the windmill is light against a dark sky. Aerial perspective was used with great sophistication by Chinese landscape painters from about the 8th century onwards to show recession in space with successive layers of ink washes. An example is this Chinese landscape painting of Dai Jin. The 19th century British landscape painter Turner made the boldest and most ambitious use of aerial perspective among Western artists. An example is this magnificent Fighting Temeraire. Another example is the painting Westminster Bridge of Impressionist artist Claude Monet, depicting the Houses of Parliament shrouded in fog. Let us have a look at some further ideas of atmospheric perspective artworks interpreted in different techniques and mediums. This is an example of pencil medium. Notice how the artist Aurelia has used various strokes and tones in this artwork. Colin Bradley successfully rendered the misty effect with pastel pencil. Matthew Mattingly produced a rainy landscape using pen and ink. Observe the strokes on the foreground and the background. This eye-catching painting of Burin Yu laid much emphasis on accurate depiction of light in its changing qualities through atmospheric perspective. Yan Yan Tate displays a busy street scene amidst vehicles and buildings. His artwork reveals a bright representative of atmospheric perspective through the intensity of saturated hues. Distance appears lighter in values and hues. This digital painting of Anshika Verma depicts the lustrous receding colors. Dear students, atmospheric perspective offers exciting creative opportunities. Use it at the focus of your compositions. Keep exploring and have fun. Thank you for your attention and see you soon for another lesson.